Good afternoon, live from Hillsboro High School in Hillsboro, Missouri. Ray Halbrook along with Jeff Whitener. We are here for the Class 4 District Quarterfinals between the Windsor Owls and the Festus Tigers.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey, how's it going downstairs? We've got Jeff downstairs. I'm upstairs today, and we are going to have a lot of fun. Just covering the game here. Hey, how's everybody doing? This is a little bit of a different setup. Jeff doesn't see what's going on upstairs here, so the right hand literally does not know what the left hand is doing here, Jeff.
That's all right. If nothing else, that should provide some comedy relief here in the broadcast.
See, and I got my schedule or my names backwards, so I'm Ray, but this is Jeff over here on this side, I should say. But we've got our graphics backwards. So hey, we have the hangover from last night out at Jefferson R7, where the Blue Jays took the district championship. Congratulations to them. And we had John Wyke as our player of the game. How many points did he have again?
I believe John had 25 in the game.
That was an amazing establishment of points last night. He played a great game. So we're having a little bit of that hangover from last night and enjoying the festivities afterwards. They cut down the nets and all that fun stuff. But today we start a completely new class, and we're going to go courtside here on both sides for you guys to see what's going on. But while we're doing that, we're going to give you some highlights of what's going on with the Windsor Owls here. So they are led by two gentlemen, Connor Hartman and Justin Van Etten, both a little over 10.5 points a game. Not too shabby for a couple of guys there that share the boat of the brunt of the points. Also 6.5 points for Sonny Amabel, and I'm seeing 7.5 out of Grant Siegel too. But we'll get to the starting lineups here a little bit later with who's starting on these. Defensively for them, Aaron Harrison 9.1 rebounds a game, and double check here, Norman Alford 8 blocks. That's pretty impressive. Justin Van Etten 11.5 rebounds and 12 blocks, and they've had to go through quite a bit of a transition to losing the Worley brothers at around Christmas. And I remember, Jeff, we were talking a little bit about that and how were they going to be able to recover from that.
Well, as you mentioned, anytime you lose two players the caliber of the Worley brothers, it creates a hole in the lineup, but it also creates some chances for some younger guys to step up, get some playing time.
Right.
And even though this year has been a challenge for the Owls, they can look forward to the fact that next year they're going to have some guys coming back in with some good court time minutes and experience, and that should bode well for the future. As you said, Windsor, they're 10-15 on the season. They're seeded 5th in the district. It's been an uphill battle, as you mentioned, since the first of the year once they lost Ethan and Evan Worley. They dropped 7 of their last 8 games, but they did have a win against DeSoto this last Wednesday.
Okay.
As you mentioned, Connor Hartman, Justin Van Etten lead the Owls in scoring. Now, Van Etten, he'll work down low for the Owls while likes to score from beyond the arc. His specialty is the long-range three-pointer. Now on defense, you talked about Van Etten and his shot blocking ability and rebound. He and senior Aaron Harrison both are among the Metro leading area leaders in rebounds, and that's why for Windsor to win this game, control of the boards is going to be critical.
Right.
Guard play, also important for Windsor. As you mentioned, Sonny Amabel and his steals, he's also among the Metro leaders in assists. So he'll do his best working the offense and getting it to Van Etten and Connor Hartman if he can. There will be points in this game where Windsor may want to turn up the tempo and try to get some points off of transition using Amabel and Hartman. Now, overall, Windsor's going to have to play a near-perfect game to try to knock off the Tigers at this point.
Right.
But as you have seen and we've seen already this year, anything can happen in district tournament.
Right.
The emotions run high, and you never know, a few mistakes here or there, a few turnovers, a few missed assignments, and it can be a totally different game.
For the Festus Tigers, they're led by Colby Branscombe, number 24. He is averaging 11 and a little over 11 and a half points a game, 256 points on the season. Not too bad there. 8 points a game, Colin Riendo, and 8.5 for Cole Rickerman, and also DeBrian Barker, almost 6 points a game there. So they've got some good firepower there, and they like to distribute the ball accordingly. They don't have to rely on one or two guys, and that's a big key there for them. Defensively, you're looking at Colby Branscombe averaging a little over 6.5 rebounds, 25 blocks, and let's see here, Colin Riendo 3.9 rebounds a game. And that's pretty much it on that as far as defensively. Pretty sound team for Festus.
Absolutely, and with the loss of one of their players, Savez Thomas, during the season, it's given some playing time, especially to freshman Cole Rickerman. During the most of the year, he's been the shooting specialist coming off the bench, but he's played an increasingly bigger role for the Tigers with the loss of Savez Thomas, and he can shoot it. He's a pure shooter. He can come in and shoot from the three from just about any place on the floor beyond the three-point arc out there. Also, Colin Riendo in the backcourt with Branscombe, among the metro area leaders in assists, and has been in the top 10 all year. So he can move the ball and distribute very nicely for the Tigers. Festus comes into the tournament with a record of 16-9 overall. They're the number 4 seed in this district. Their last game was on Wednesday. They had a kind of a disappointing loss to Potosi, 67-55. Festus has struggled of late. They've lost 3 of their last 4. That in their lone meeting of the season, Festus defeated 56-57 on January 4th, and that, of course, was after Windsor had to deal with the loss of the 2 Worley brothers.
Right. Your starting lineups for the visiting Windsor Owls. Number 0, Sonny Amabel, 5'7" sophomore guard. Number 2, Derek Williams, a 6'1" sophomore guard. Number 10, Connor Hartman, a 6'3" senior forward. Number 13, Aaron Harrison, a 6'2" senior forward. And number 42, Justin Van Etten, a 6'2" senior guard. And they are coached by the one and only Todd Dutton. For the starting home team here, Festus Tigers, number 1, Cole Rickerman, a 5'11" freshman guard. Number 12, Colin Riendo, 6' sophomore guard. Number 22, Aquil Muhammad, a 5'11" senior guard. Number 24, Colby Branscombe, a 6' senior forward. And number 30, DeBrian Barker, a 6'3" sophomore forward. And they are coached by Jason Farrell.
Festus definitely with the height advantage now. Yep. It'll be interesting to see, as we talked about in these district games, control of the boards is so critical because emotions are so high. Right. A lot of times the teams will come out and they'll be shooting cold. Mm-hmm. And if you can grab those offensive boards, that can mean a tremendous difference in the game, especially in jumping out to a lead.
Mm-hmm. Well, sit back and relax. We're about a little over 5.5 minutes away from the tip-off here. Don't forget to like and share our page. We appreciate that. We've got quite a few folks on the Facebook waves already, which we absolutely love. Wanted to just pop out there also while we've got a few minutes here. If you're interested at all in sponsoring with us, we've got quite a few basketball games left here. We're planning on being here the next 3 boys games tonight, Tuesday night and Friday night for the championship. So we will be here, and we are looking for some sponsors. We appreciate Brian Waits, and we'll give the shameless plug to Brian, and he's been amazing. Brian has been a great guy at Waits Financial Services. They bring a team approach to help face your business and family needs. It's Brian Waits. You can check him out at 314-374-6713. And that is Brian Waits.
Big supporter of youth athletics, not only in Jefferson County, but beyond. And overall, good guy, even though he still owes me that Crystal City hat.
I knew that was coming. I really did. I knew that was coming, and I had to do it. It was no rubbing your nose by any means, but I was like, hey, I got to do this because I know Jeff's a hat guy, and he really loves all that fun stuff. But he brought that in. I was like, oh my gosh, that's pretty awesome. And I was like, "Oh, dude, I gotta say something on air here for Jeff." And he was like, "Yeah, where's mine?" So Jeff, hopefully Brian's watching. He might be able to snag you another hat. It's a really nice hat too, by the way. I'm not going to complain about it.
It looks good on your. Yeah. It really does.
Yeah.
Hey, while we've got a few minutes before the game, I know. Do you want to share that breaking news about next week?
Yeah, we already kind of did, but
okay.
you're talking about you're talking about Wednesday,
right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Wednesday we don't. Let me see if I can even. Do I even have a? Oh, I do. I actually have a. That's funny. I actually have. Here it is, right there. So Wednesday, we are covering the Jefferson R7 Class 3 sectionals. We'll find out who the winner is tonight. They actually play at 7 o'clock tonight. I believe that's between St. James and Steelville.
You are correct.
Steelville is the number one. They're the number one seed, I believe. I would imagine they were going to be the favorite, so it could be Steelville. But that will be played at Jefferson College, and that will be at 6 o'clock, February 27th. And we do have sponsorship for that. We appreciate that. But again, I'm gonna pop that sponsorship again, folks. We absolutely love doing this. We don't look at this as too difficult to be able to produce to you, unless we're in a place where we absolutely have no internet. Now that we do have internet here. It is pretty decent here from time to time. We do get into some problems when there's a lot of folks here. Last night we had problems all over the place, and I'm working to come up with a solution for that. I've already done some digging on what needs to be done to prevent that from next time from happening. I know we had a lot of folks that, hey, it's freezing up, it's doing this, it's doing that. We are working on that, but it does take your sponsorship to help remedy the issue and for us to continue to bring you these amazingly great games. I mean, last time we were here for DeSoto Hillsboro. There wasn't one empty seat in the house. I had the band blaring in my back ear, and it was pretty amazing. So
I remember that,
yeah.
And the band sounded very good.
They were awesome
on the live stream, by the way.
They did great.
But the important thing here is, Ray, is folks need to know we're doing this because we love doing it. We're not doing this because we're trying to make a fortune from it.
Right.
If we can keep our costs and continue to bring the service and shine the light on the local athletes in Jefferson and beyond, that's what it's all about.
Right.
The focus is on kids, and we want to keep it on the kids.
Right. I'm noticing that your mic's kind of coming in and out, so we may have to. I do have a backup possibly here, so I may have to run that down to you. But we're going to run downstairs here to the PA announcer.
Starting for the Owls, number 0, Sonny Inleby. Number 2, Derek Williams. Number 4, Pierce Hartman. Number 13, Aaron Harrison. And number 42, Justin Bennett. Starting tonight for the Tigers, number 1, Cole Ritter. Number 12, Colin Briando. Number 22, Akil Muhammad. Number 24, Cody Cranston. And number 30, Gabriel Barker.
right, you heard the starting lineups here, and with the call, we're hoping to keep your mic going here. If not, I'll throw you a different one down here, down court. Jeff Widener.
It keeps shutting off on me, Ray.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and run one down to you then.
All right,
go ahead
very
and try
good.
to take what you take there.
In the meantime, if folks can hear me, okay. That was the fine PA announcer with the starting lineups, the voice of Hillsborough Athletics, Mr. Tim Arnold, with the introductions. And here we go, opening tip-off. And Grant Siegel, Kobe Branscombe gets things started for the Tigers with the easy layup. Windsor with the ball. Here's Hartman. The tip. Here come the Tigers. Gabriel Barker keeps it in bounds. They swing it back outside. Colin Riendo took a look, kicks it back out. There's Cole Rickerman with the three, and yes! Festus jumps out to a 5-0 lead with 7:13, and the Windsor Owls are forced to call a timeout.
30-second timeout, Owls.
All right, Jeff, you should be able to try that other microphone real quick.
Can you hear me, Ray?
I can hear you.
Okay, and I can hear you. Very good.
We are going to have fun today. I got a feeling. Let's try it again.
For some reason, the pack isn't staying on, folks.
Uh-oh.
What we've seen so far, Festus came out running and gunning, a 2, followed by a 3 by Cole Reckerman. 5-0, Windsor forced to call a timeout. And now the Tigers on the attack again. Mohammed baseline, Rickerman tries the 3, no good. A save, but they toss it into the backcourt. It was ruled a tip, and here comes Colin Riendo. Colin Riendo brings it up to Mohammed. Mohammed trying to set up to Rickerman. Rickard trying to work it inside. A save by Barker. Swings it back to Rickerman to Riendo on the wing.
And it looks like we have lost Jeff. So you get to hear my voice for a little bit here. We'll probably try to see if we can catch him back up the second half. We may have to try a different channel too.
Ray, I'm in here again if you can hear me.
Okay, yeah.
The battery pack is only staying on for just a few minutes, and that's with the new battery replacement.
Okay.
We'd have a timeout on the floor, a pretty bad collision right now. Colin Riendo for Festus. He got tangled up, as folks might have seen on the play, with Justin Van Etten. Van Etten holding his ankle. And official timeout. We certainly don't want to see that here at the beginning of the game.
Exactly. Nice hand from the fans there.
Riendo back on his feet. More concerned at this point about Van Etten with that ankle, him being able to return. Gets a nice hand up from Davion Barker. Good sportsmanship there displayed by the Tigers. Ray, I'm going to go off for a minute, and I'm going to try to change these batteries out to the other ones we had.
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
Appreciate it. We can take that right now. You just wave at me when you're back up, because I can see you. So to the stripe is Riendo. And that is good. Amabel bringing it up. Looking inside. A foul. Looks like an inbound there. Get inside there. Now pops it out. Nice spin move. And 2. Aaron Harrison. Big 3. Good. That was Siegel. Big 3 there for Festus, no good. Rebound, Windsor.
The Tigers number 21, Jason Johnson.
Windsor working the ball around the perimeter. Looking inside again. Big pop out again. No good. And good defense there. Good defense. Yeah, Jeff, did you get my text? Uh-oh. Oops. I do have extra batteries though. I'll try to get them down to you here. So number 22 for Festus, that is Muhammad at the stripe. First one's good. Tigers go up 8-5 here. Number 4 comes in, Hartman for Windsor. Second one, up and in and out. Windsor takes back over. Big 3, a little short. Festus, and that's going to be a foul there on number 3. He is not in my books.
The Tigers, number 15, Austin Peterson.
Austin Peterson. Oh, look, nice dish inside there, but no good here. Windsor brings it back. Good transition here, up and in there. That is Pierce Hartman, who just checked in. Jeff, we get a quick stoppage. I'll throw you some batteries down there. Big 3, no good, and goes out of bounds, and that stays with Festus. Good ball movement, good defense. Festus to inbound. Big 3, rims out. Rebound up, a little bit short, and Windsor takes back over. Off of his own foot, his own teammate's foot there. Tried to, and that's going to be backcourt. They might as well just let him have it there at this point. Good dish in, and a quick and easy layup for Toby Branscombe. Windsor sets back up. Ball movement, looking inside. They're letting him have that inside. Little sky hook action there, no good. Offensive rebound and a push. Nope, and we're going to give them a charge on that, I believe. That is a charge.
Into the Tigers, number 12, number 42, Zach Lyles.
So Festus takes back over. Big screen there. Inside, outside. Big three. Off the top of the rim. And a foul.
Foul number 42, Zach Lyles.
Fouls on Lyles. Some substitutions coming in here and there as Windsor takes back over. Oh, and they throw the ball away. So Festus takes back over here with 2:14 to go. Big push up the court. Looking around. Nothing going inside. Big three here. Rims out. And Windsor takes back over. Corner. 15-footer is good. 11-9 is the score here. Lots of pressure here coming from the Owls. Perimeter, great passing. Being patient for Festus. Got the post set up there, but they don't decide to go there. Now they do. Into Van Etten, and hit is good. I'm sorry, that was Thomas. Zach Lyles, I'm sorry. It was Lyles. This is why Jeff Whitener's so good at this, because I am horrible with names. I usually just press the buttons like this. It's Lyles on the foul there. And number 4 for Windsor, that is Hartman to the stripe.
Number 4, here's Hartman. Checking into the paint, number 30, Adrian Hartman.
I see you waving at me, and let's check you out here real quick.
Ray, can you hear me?
I hear you. And it's back.
All right, we owe St. Pius's own Jalen Thornton a big, huge.
Right. I thought that's who that was.
Thanks. That was, senior Jalen Thornton, who just played last night, his final game as a St. Pius Lancer in the loss against R7 here tonight. Watched the game with several Lancers I see upstairs.
Wow.
And he was kind enough to shuttle those batteries down to me, so hopefully we're back in business as Sonny Amabel hits the big three for Windsor. They take the lead 14-13 with 23 seconds left in the first quarter.
And there's a timeout. Is there time? Nope, no timeout. I thought they were scattering to the benches there for a timeout.
Festus lost the ball out of bounds.
Good ball movement for Windsor.
And there is Aaron Harrison underneath, 16-3. Windsor trying to make a statement here.
Oh, good ball fake, and that's the end of the first quarter.
At the end of one, it's the Owls 16, the Tigers 13.
All right. not a bad ball game here. 3-point game for Windsor. It's kind of surprising. Is that surprising to you there, Jeff?
Well, it's not surprising me at the moment. What will happen? Can you hear me still?
Yes.
Okay. This pack sounds like it's going in and out again. What's not surprising is that Windsor was able to come out to a good start. Nerves always take over in these situations, so you never know what's going to happen. But it's the long run. As the game goes on, will Festus slowly and surely take control and come back into this game? Festus has a deeper bench, much deeper than Windsor at this point, and that could come into play later on. Also at this point, Owls with 4 team fouls, Tigers with 3 team fouls. And like I said, with that short bench for Windsor, as the game continues in the third and fourth quarter, that may come into play. Will definitely work into the Tigers' favor.
Right. So Festus takes over.
Colin Riendo brings it across the line. Gets it in the hands of Branscombe. Branscombe wants to go up the middle. That ball is stolen by Amiable. He goes in for the layup, and there was the block and the foul on Festus. That foul on Dabrion Barker as he tried to block that ball from behind from Amiable. Amiable to the line.
Seen Festus trying to do what they could do to break the pressure when they bring the ball down, half-court pressure from the top 2 guards here. Lots of pressure as they come across the stripe here. Absolutely.
Windsor's doing a very good job right now of taking their big men out of the game for Festus.
Ooh.
Foul on Pierce Hartman as he got a piece of Riendo there. Riendo will head to the line. Colin Riendo, one of the junior post 253 Legion standout players on the baseball team.
Yeah, there you go.
He played split time between the juniors and the seniors last year, and sure he'll play an increasing role on the senior squad. Comes from a long line of Riendo athletes and Legion baseball players that come out of Festus.
And there are a lot of them.
Yes, sir. And kicks it to the corner. Siegel's trapped. He gets it loose underneath. Alford kicks it back out. And there's a nice move and a runner there by Pierce Hartman. 20-13, and the Tigers call timeout. 7 minutes left in the half. It's 20-13 Windsor.
This timeout's brought to you by Waits Financial Services, bringing a team approach to help face your business and family needs. That is Brian Waits. Out at Waits Financial, you can check him out at 314-374-6713 or bwaits at woodburyfinancial.net. Appreciate Brian over his girls over at Crystal City. Fell to Valley Catholic today or last night in a hard-fought loss, but hey, Crystal City had a pretty deep run in their district. I really was hoping that both of them, the boys and the girls, would pull that off.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough situation, but they were in a district that worked out to their favor. But
right.
At the end of the day, they just didn't have enough to get the job done over there. But good things happening over at Crystal City, both on the boys and the girls teams.
So Festus takes over. 7-11 to go.
Riendo brings it up the floor. Works it over. That's Keel Muhammad. And there's the foul. Barker hit the floor. Norm Alford picks up the foul. Riendo inbounds. Gets it to Rickerman. Baseline move. Beautiful move there by number 23 that I do not have on the roster.
Yeah, we've got a few that we don't. think I'm trying to figure out who number 3 is for Windsor.
Not have that either on my roster or the game day roster. Tigers with the long pass to Riendo. Riendo spins, misses. Rebound by Alford. Alford slows things down. Then he gets a long pass off the floor by Hartman. Hartman turns it over. Here comes Bransom back the other way. Branscombe to Rickerman. Rickerman kicks it back out to Riendo. Riendo in the corner to Barker. That shot's way off. Alford with the rebound. Aimable. The long pass up the floor. And there's Aaron Harrison picking the misses for the Owls. 22-15, 7-point lead right now for Windsor with 5:51 remaining. Rickerman for 3 off the front of the iron, and there's a foul coming back down.
Windsor not afraid to bring the ball up the court and take it to the hole.
That foul was on Colin Riendo. You know, that's one of these situations you've got nothing to lose by going all out.
Right.
You're the lower seed. You have the same stress and pressure as the higher seed.
There's a lot of truth to that.
You can play with no fear. Alfred at the elbow, back to the middle, but he traveled. That's not a travel if you're in the NBA, but it's a travel in high school.
Little Euro step there.
That was just the extra James Harden step. Colin Riendo, recipient of a nice pass inside, but he can't get it to go. Rebound by Grant Siegel. Back the other way they go. Here comes Amiable. Amiable brings it up the floor. He's going to drive. Akil Mohammed, I believe, is going to pick up the foul for the Tigers. And he does.
Foul number 22, Akil Muhammad, his first, team 6.
Akil Muhammad with his first foul. Sonny Amiable at the line. Gets the shooter's touch to roll.
Yeah, it's real interesting being the lower seed here. How Windsor here really not worried about the pressure.
No, there's no pressure at all. Just to come out and do your thing and have fun and play fearless and just go all out.
And see right there, Festus just looks a little tight. They just do.
You're absolutely right.
Eric Lawrence is watching. Danny and Gretchen Denton. Buddy Russell, Dave Thomas. We got quite a few folks on the Facebook waves. A little later, you'll be able to vote for player of the game. We'll have that person come up and we'll be able to interview them.
Barker picked up his second foul there for the Tigers. Sends Derek Williams to the line. Branscombe brings it up the floor. Take it over to Muhammad. Muhammad to Riendo.
In and out.
That won't go. Rebound by number 3. Ball is tipped, but Windsor will inbound. Muhammad said, wait a minute, didn't. And the referee says otherwise.
Jason Jarvis, how are you? Lots of coaches on here today. Guess they're checking out how everybody else is doing here. Who's left?
It's a sickness. Even if the season's over for them, they can't help themselves.
Nice dish, but nice block.
If basketball is in your blood, that's all you can think about and do.
Yeah, we say Paige Fowler over across the way from us. Can never get enough basketball, right?
Jason Johnson off the bench for the Tigers with a nice jumper.
Big 3.
Long 3. No good. Alfred with the rebound.
Oh, lost the handle.
And lost it out of bounds. Uncharacteristic for him. That ball is usually stuck in his hands like glue. Zach Lyles in the game for Festus. He'll inbound to Riendo.
Both, as we said that, we're talking about the coaches. Both coaches have chimed in. Jason Jarvis checking it all out. Great checking it out. And we appreciate you watching. Eric Lawrence, hey, you got to support the county, and that's what it's all about.
Akil Mohammed working down in the tough places on the floor, gets that ball to go, and it's 24-19 now. Festus trying to chip away. 3:40 left in the half. Williams kicks it in the corner to Amable. Amable dives. He's in the middle of the key. Tosses it back out to Hartman. Hartman loses it. Mohammed picks it up on the floor. Here comes Festus. Jason Johnson there. He was a little shaken up on that play.
We'll look at the Osmo wide angle here. Beautiful floor here on this wonderful afternoon here at Hillsboro.
Windsor slinging it around the arc. Amable gets the bucket and the bruise for the Owls. That was a huge play, Ray. Big play here before the end of the half.
Right.
Because the momentum was swinging towards the Tigers. And that's the kind of play there that can get that momentum right back for the Owls. Amable drains it, and it's
27-19. We lost Jeff for a second. And there's a timeout on the floor.
Can you hear me now, Ray?
I can, yes.
All right.
Battery go off again?
Well, I was moving things around and moving it to you.
Yeah. You might just be at that distance where it's causing some problems here, but we're gonna try to keep you on as long as we can, and kind of go from there.
It's the technology, Ray. The technology just doesn't like me.
Well, and it's one of those things with your great segue here. With your sponsorship, we can get better equipment.
Hey, that was very nice.
You like that?
Nicely
I'm
done.
not a salesperson, but I do know when to throw up a quick pitch.
27-19, a little under 3 minutes left. Amable brings it up the floor for the Owls. Harrison back on top, slings it into the corner. Now to Williams.
Big three.
Big three. Off the rim. Windsor controls the rebound.
Yeah, offensive rebounds have been the key here so far for Windsor.
Amable works it inside. Very nice play.
Nice move, but he got hacked.
Zach Lyles kind of got away with one on that, on the block for the Tigers. They work it into Lyles. Lyles tried to turn around, gets the ball stripped.
Oh,
big scrum on the floor.
That was a big scrum. Yeah.
We've got bodies flying everywhere.
We sure do. I see Danny Denton across the way also. Who's he talking to over there?
That foul was on 42, Zach Lyles. And that'll send Amable back to the line. He's the last person you want to send to the line because he's been lights out from the charity stripe so far.
Right.
Hope I didn't jinx him.
Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. A lot of times it just happens.
Sonny, if you replay this live stream later
It's
on,
not
I'm
your
sorry.
fault.
I'm apologizing
Big three.
right now.
Wow, big three and the foul.
And a foul.
Yeah, Jason
Johnson for the Tigers.
Hey, that was a big three there for them right here before the half.
Huge play. Could be a 4-point play for the Tigers. That foul was on Grant Siegel, his second. Grant Siegel, the junior. It's Johnson, the senior here.
Into the Owls, number 4, Pierce Hartman.
Pierce Hartman checking back in for the Owls. Johnson drains the
Wow.
4-point play.
That is impressive.
27-23 now. Windsor, 4-point difference with 2 minutes left in the half. Owls working around the perimeter. Siegel in the corner baseline. That ball's stolen away by Branscombe.
Oh, nice move.
Nice save. There's
Big three
Johnson again.
Ooh.
No good. And a great rebound there by number 3 for the Owls.
A little hot there, Pierce Hartman.
Long pass by Branscombe to Riendo. Kicks it back out.
Wow, good three there. Good
3-point basket. Austin Anderson for the Tigers. And they have whittled it down to a 1-point deficit with 1 minute and 11 seconds left here in the first half. 27-26 Windsor.
Well, I'm just going to be real honest. I didn't think it was going to be this close this early.
If Festus can come back and win this game, we may look back on that 3-point, 4-point play there by Johnson as a big momentum shifter.
Exactly. Hey, I've got an announcer for Wednesday. Brian Waits just texted me. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We will take you up on that. So Brian Waits and I will be having the call Wednesday night out at Jefferson College. Jeff, you'll be there also, but you'll be down on the floor covering the main announcing out there.
That is correct. So we look forward to that. The boys will be playing before the girls. So the boys game at 6 o'clock, I believe. The girls at 7:30.
I believe that's going to be Saxony Lutheran because they came out of the going for a walk.
Correct.
And the winner of the Class 4 District 4 Class 3 will be taking on Saxony Lutheran for the girls, if I remember right.
That is correct. And we'll find out later tonight who those District 3 teams will be playing there.
Right.
I think the last game starts at 7 p.m. The Rickerman swings around in the corner to Anderson. Back out. They try to work it in to Riendo. Ball kicked and goes out of bounds. 38 seconds left in the first half. Windsor clinging to a 1-point lead.
Right.
Rickerman on the outside. And Jason Johnson, the man of the moment, with another huge three to give the Tigers the lead right before the half. 25 seconds left. When playing for the last shot, Derek Williams, ball in hand, over to Siegel.
Big three. Wow, that was far
Hartman
out.
misses off the front of the rim, and the Tigers come
running,
back the other
gunning.
way. There's Johnson.
Wow.
Branscombe able to find Johnson with a quick outlet, and his time drains.
Oh, what a great shot. Yeah.
Hartman at the buzzer with the three, gets the Owls back into it.
They did not
But the
count
Tigers
that,
have
did they?
taken the lead. It's 31-30. And just a note, as we're going off the court here, you see right now, they're having to help Dustin Van Etten. His ankle is taped up and iced up.
Yeah.
I would say at this point it is very doubtful he will return, and he's
Right.
a big part of that Windsor Owl rebounding core there.
Right.
Very tough loss for Windsor. All right.
Well, been a very eventful and very close game here for both teams, and Festus got down here the last couple minutes, and then we take a look at how they're coming back, and you got to give it to them. Got to give them credit for that.
Absolutely. Good teams find a way to come back, find a way to chip away. But right now, Jason Johnson's responsible for 7 huge points for the Tigers.
Right.
2 3-point shots, being fouled on the 3, and converting it on the 4th. And that was a huge, huge momentum swing there late in the second half that went the way of the Festus Tigers.
Right. Jeff, I promise I'm going to try to work on your microphone here a little bit more, but while I'm doing doing so, we are going to give you the rest of the schedule for Class 4 here, what we're planning on covering here. The winner of this game will be taking on this Hillsboro. That'll be Tuesday, February 26th. That's a 5:30 start, but that will be a 5:15 start for us for the pregame. And then the winner of that game will be in the District 4 Championship. There's only six teams in this particular district, so it's a quickie. We call it kind of a quickie, even though that you get an extra day of rest being in this particular district setup. So the Class 4 District Championship, those teams will be announced. That will probably be the winner of Hillsboro and these two games, or these two teams that are playing tonight, and then the winner of the other bracket will be in the championship. So that is the plan for us. That'll be Friday, March 1st at 6:45 with a 7 o'clock tip-off. And then don't forget, this is hot off the press here, guys.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news from Livestream STL. We will be covering the Jefferson R7 Class 3 sectionals Wednesday, February 27th, and that is at 6 o'clock.
And if I just may interject there, I need all of my Jefferson R7 peeps who can't make it to the game, not only to log in and watch, but please share that stream link for all of our Jefferson R7 folks to represent the first ever sectional basketball game in the history of the Jefferson R7 school district.
And that's pretty cool because we're going to get to live stream it. And I've already talked to Marie Self over at Jefferson College. We've got the okay over there, and they were nice enough to set us up out at the shootout with some wired internet out there. So it should be a internet issue free zone, so to speak. We had lots of problems last night, and luckily we were able to stream it and record it at the same time. So we kind of chopped everything back up and edited it, and we're able to get it back out. It's nice that we're able to do that from time to time. I can't stand it because I'd much rather have a good stream, but it is what it is. So we get the power of the internet here.
Well, and what we're doing right now, it's live streaming is not new, of course. People have been doing it for a while.
But there is an art to it. And the technology has to catch up in some of the areas of the county in order for us to better accommodate it. Right.
And that's just the simple fact it is. That, so we're getting there slowly and surely to giving you a quality broadcast. Now, I went back and watched the game last night, and I just want to give a shout out to Matt Schutte. I thought he did an excellent job on the microphone.
Yep. We were trying to get him for this particular game up here for the one out at Jeffco, and he's not available. But we do have Brian Waits. Brian Waits, I love him because he's just real laid back. He's just gonna, hey, this is kind of cool, and whatnot, and he brings a really light-hearted way to the Facebook waves here, and he likes to let me talk. I guess I don't know. He's good. So we're gonna step away for just a quick second here so I can fix his microphone, and we'll be right back. So don't go away. We're at halftime where Festus is leading 31-30 over Windsor. We'll be right back. right, we are back, and I have a little bit of some news. Unfortunately, Justin Van Eden is not coming back. I just walked right next to him on my way back upstairs, and he is wrapped up in some ice, and it does not look good.
That looked like a pretty severe sprain on the outside of his ankle there. I'm looking at him right now down the bench row here.
Right.
And I'm sorry, young man.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially the fact that he's a senior.
Right.
And that's no way to come on end things. I know he'll be for Windsor to maybe play another day.
Right. So we're back to live action. We started the second half.
Williams with a run, misses. Tries to get his rebound, but Branscombe underneath for the Tigers. Mohammed Branscombe kicks it back out. Rickerman couldn't go. Scramble on the floor, jump ball called. And that'll be possession Windsor.
Just got the splits from halftime stats here. If my phone can stay the same way here, I have 4, 5, 6, 7 for Amabel. I have 10 for Hartman and 3 for Harrison. I'm sorry, 6 for Harrison. And that is for 16 points in the first quarter, 14 points in the second quarter.
Muhammad there lost the handle as he drove through the key. Windsor gets the ball back. Able to get it back out there. Back in the corner, Amable. He goes baseline, works it in. Nice basket there by Harrison. Randall comes back the other way. Branson works it in deep. Rickerman from the corner. No good. Muhammad goes for the rebound, and Harrison with the foul over the back.
Our splits for Festus. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Johnson, and 5 for Muhammad, and 4 for Branscombe.
Nice bucket there for Dabrian Barker. 33-32 in favor of Festus as Amable brings it across the timeline. Alfred looks inside.
Nice
swing it back in the corner to Hartman. Hartman worked it back, and he is fouled. Can't get it to go. Muhammad's going to pick up the foul, his second of the game. Windsor with the ball. Harrison's working against Branscombe. Can't get it to go. Riendo with the rebound. And back the other way they go. Tigers with a 1-point lead. Branscombe swings at the corner, gets back, tries the three, no good off the front iron. They swing it back to Johnson again, and he misses. Here comes Amable. Amable in the corner. He decides to try a three, and it goes.
Yeah. With confidence. Oh, and there's a turnover. Look at that. And that looked like a little bit of a dive, but I'm glad there was no call there.
Derek Williams gets the bucket, and the momentum swings back. 37-37, right, or 37-33, pardon me. Over 5 minutes in the third quarter. Austin Anderson works it inside to Barker, and he's fouled.
Want to make something, just let the Windsor fans know we were planning on coming out the 20th. We met with Coach Todd Dutton and the athletic director over there. The day that the schedule came out for Class 3, and that took priority, so we were able to cover Class 3. Girls Herculaneum dropped that game, but we were planning on going out. I got an email from Todd saying, "Where were you?" And I guess he missed our email, but so we apologize for not being able to come out. But we are covering you here, and we do plan on covering some more. I've got baseball on the docket right around the corner in a couple 3 weeks, and that'll be fun. Jeff, I know you're looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to anything with sunshine and warmer weather
right,
at this point.
Exactly.
Right? This has been a dreary month. Just wanted to mention down the floor there while you were talking, Barker picked up his third foul, and that's big for Festus.
Yep. I just saw that. Yep, just saw that.
37-33, 4:40 left in the third quarter. Riendo with the ball, swings it over to Anderson. Anderson to Branscombe to Johnson. Johnson with the drive, and a nice play.
That's why Johnson's leading in points here.
Johnson, everyone was expecting him to take another three-pointer there, and he took advantage of that. The lane opened, and then he went right in it. Shot off the glass. Alford with the rebound, and he's fouled. Harrison had missed the initial shot. Alford got the rebound, went back up, and he got hacked.
We're going to open up voting right now. Give you a chance to cast your vote for player of the game. Voting opens right now.
Who's leading the Owls with scoring at this point? I missed that when you were changing out.
Go back to the books here real quick. Amabel,
okay. Alford gets it to roll. 38-35 in favor of the Owls. Riendo scans the scenery. Gets it in the corner to Anderson. Anderson to Branscombe. Back to Anderson. Anderson kicks it across. Riendo is... We're tied at 38.
got a barn burner brewing.
This is what it's all about, folks.
Yeah,
District basketball.
It sure is. Oh, nice move. Oh, and he got all three of those guys to jump. That was awesome. Amabel for three. Ooh. Uh-oh, and there's a steal. And it goes out. Hey, you got to give him an E for effort there.
Great effort there by Derek Williams to try to keep that ball in. He might pick up a little floor rash after that one.
That's not going to feel good tomorrow. A little strawberry.
It'll feel fine if they win, right?
Right, exactly.
Anderson. Oh, there's the reach-in foul by Derek Williams. Derek Williams went for the steal there. His first personal. Tigers quickly inbound. Johnson in the corner to Anderson. Anderson kick it back out. Tries the three off the front iron. Big rebound.
That should be a walk. Oh.
I think there was a foul before the travel there.
Yeah, okay.
Zach Wiles with the big rebound.
I thought I had a good angle of it, but, you know, hey, what can you say, right?
That's right. Derek Williams with his second personal. It's really not foul trouble right now. The only person really, I believe, is Dabrian Marker. Johnson works it into Branscombe. Branscombe going in the tough places on the floor to collect that foul. That foul's on Pierce Hartman. And that is his second. Branscombe to the strike. We are tied at 38. We've played almost 3 full quarters, Ray, and we haven't decided anything yet.
Right. Don't forget to cast your vote for player of the game.
Right now, my vote doesn't count, but
Sure it does.
depending on this game, it's between Amable for Windsor and Johnson for Festus.
Right. I've got one for Riendo, and that is your wife, Gina Whitener. So she's keeping an eye on you. You know that?
Evidently. Amabil went for the layup. It was blocked by Riendo.
Returning to the Owls for 2, Derek Williams. Also taking over the Owls number 54, Craig Siegel.
Derek Williams to inbound under the Tiger net. Swings it out to Amabil. Amabil drive. And that,
tried to squeeze that into the sandwich.
Yeah, couldn't get that into Harrison. Ran into several Tigers there.
Got him on the walk.
Akil Mohammed started a baseline move there, but took an extra little step, and he forgot to yell NBA. Harrison will inbound to Amabil. He'll set the offense as he comes across the timeline. Riendo's up at top, trying to keep an eye on him. Derek Williams works in, and the double dribble. Kobe Branscombe will inbound for the Tigers.
I think I found our problem, Jeff.
You did?
I think so. I think it's just the reach here, and I'm actually holding it in my hand, so I guess I'm acting as another antenna here. Wow, big three there. Reddick.
Big three by Isaiah Reddick off the bench. Tigers take a 3-point lead. Hartman back out to Amabil. Amabil drives. He tried that dish again to Harrison, and the Tigers were waiting for it. Oh, Riendo misses the layup, but Branscombe cleans it up. And now it's a 5-point lead, and Coach Dutton quickly calls a timeout for the Windsor Owls.
Smart timeout here, I think. You know, you don't want things to get too far out of hand, and you want to be able to calm your boys down here. You want to be able to just say, hey, listen, let's take a breath for a second as we sit and look at this shot right now of him right on the sideline here. Just calm him down and say, hey, let's get back to playing Owl basketball.
That was a very strategic timeout. All kinds of energy and momentum going there after Isaiah Reddick comes in the game and drains that 3-point shot.
Agreed.
The team has a guy that they can count on to come off the bench and provide a lot of energy. We saw it last night when Colby Ott briefly played for Jefferson.
Right.
Come in and get a big steal and draw a foul. Every team has that type of guy, a spark plug, if you will.
Right.
And who knows, maybe Reddick could be that spark for the Tigers.
You see Festus jumping back on the court here. Again, don't forget, we're going to cast your vote. You can cast your vote for player of the game right now. I see Reddick. I see Riendo.
Hey, and not only that, Ray, I'd like for the folks to chime in how far away they are watching this game.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a little while. I mean, we had some great coverage of folks just chiming in from Australia and Denmark and the UK. It was awesome.
Norway, I believe.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
And with a three, that's off the mark. Back the other way. There's Muhammad. And he can't keep the handle on it. That's a turnover. That's going to go to Windsor. I would imagine that there are many Festus Tigers and Windsor Owls across this great nation of ours, if not around the world, that could chime in and let us know where they're at, where they're watching from.
Eric Lawrence, I know he's in Festus, Crystal, somewhere in there. I see him just chime in just now. Donna Thornton. Kathy Bay.
I'm a good 50 feet from you. Does that count?
Yeah, hey. That's where we start. We start 50 feet away. Paige Fowler's about 75, and so is Danny Denton.
Branscombe out to Riendo. He's wide open for three.
Ooh.
Can't get that one to fall. Alford with the rebound.
Wow.
He is trapped back there. But the ball goes off the Tiger. They did a good job of isolating Alford there in the trap. and lost the handle, but at the end of the day, that ball was off the, I'm sorry, that was off Windsor Owl.
Interesting. Yeah, you saw them plead their case about that too.
They did. Riendo with the inbound all the way back up top to Reddick. Reddick kicks it back to Branscombe. Branscombe to Rickerman. Tigers trying to be patient, setting up the offense.
Ooh, turnover.
They had worked it inside to Reddick. He tried kicking it back out, and they lost the handle. They go from the corner. He can't get it to go. Front of the iron. Big tie up and the rebound on the play by Harrison.
Foul's going to be on.
Austin Anderson will pick up the foul for the Tigers, his first of the game. And Williams will inbound for the Owls. Gets it to aim. Out for three off the front of the iron. Ball off the Tigers. Tried to save it. Tried to bounce. He was out of bounds. Good sportsmanship there between Riendo and Sonny Amel. The long three attempt by Seal. That's off the mark. And Riendo brings it back. And now Branscombe with a long
three. That was beyond the NBA mark there. Wow.
That was just after half court.
Right.
Replay three. It's the Festus Tigers 44, the Windsor Owls 38.
This timeout's brought to you by Waits Financial Services, bringing a team approach to help face your business and family needs. That's Brian Waits over at Waits Financial. Who will be our play-by-play or color? We'll probably flip a coin for that and find out who will be covering the play-by-play for Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening's game between the winner of Steelville and St. James taking on the Jefferson R7 Blue Jays.
I'm going to swing this camera around a bit because I want to show you the Windsor girls who played the game prior to us. They lost. They were one of the lower seeds. They lost to the number one seed, the Lutheran South Lancers, but they are sticking around in support of the boys here.
Awesome.
And Coach Schmidt with her girls over there, they've been cheering on the Windsor Owls, and I just thought we ought to take a look at that.
That's awesome. See, you can do more than just announce, right? You got the camera angles and everything down there.
I'm learning, Ray.
There you go.
I'm learning.
You know, when we first started doing this, the very, very, very first game, we did a volleyball game here at Hillsborough, and the very first person to chime in was Angel Mayberry, and she's like, "We need to do a sideline reporter right off the bat," and I'm like, "I'm on it." So we did, and I had Steve Ringling do that for me for quite a bit, and did a great job.
Akil Muhammad, pardon me, with the drive there, and a big bucket for the Tigers as they try to get some separation now on the Owls, up 8 points.
Glenn Munford, how are you? And I completely forgot to add this to the stream for AmateurSports.tv. Could you take care of that for me, please?
There's a nice shot by Derek Williams from the top of the key. Pulled the Owls back within 6 with 7 minutes remaining. How is our friend Steve Ringling?
You know, I haven't talked to him in a little while. We've been texting back and forth just briefly, but he's very busy right now. He's got a couple of businesses that he does and does a great job with them, and he stays extremely busy with them. Lee Richardson from Crystal City, how are you? See, I've got all coaches on here. I got Eric Lawrence and Lee Richardson and Jason Jarvison.
Another one of one of the newer coaches in the county for Crystal City, but he's already proven to be quite a good coach.
Yeah, we appreciate him being part of us being able to cover, and done a handful of interviews with him, and just a great guy. Wow, good move there.
Beautiful feed by Gabrion Barker to Kobe Branscombe.
Yeah.
Put the Tigers back up by 8, and Coach Dutton wisely calls another timeout.
You're not gonna let him outcoach you when it comes to this right now at this point. So he feels like he's in this. He feels like there's a shot here. So why not slow things down from time to time to keep your boys in check there.
And I want to at this point in the game, Festus has done what they've needed to do to stay in it and claw back and take a lead here and try to get some separation on the Owls. But and I'm not using this as an excuse, but the fact that Justin Van Etten is out for the for Windsor, that is a huge loss.
And you're still only trailing by 8 at this point. You didn't give up. You didn't throw in the towel. You're going to continue to fight here.
Absolutely, and they've got to fight to get those rebounds. Etten is known for getting.
Yep. We're going to make sure you don't forget to cast your vote for Player of the Game here. Got a handful of ideas here, and so make sure you cast your vote. Just message below Player of the Game.
If we end up going with the hairstyle of the game, got to go with number 30, Dabrian Barker.
I like it.
His hair is on point.
Right on. And just like that on cue, he almost got the rebound there.
Absolutely.
That was awesome.
Tigers bring it back up the floor. Alfred with a big block. They kick it back out. Johnson can't make the basket.
Oh, what a rebound.
Rebound by Festus. Branscombe tries to work baseline. That's blocked. He works it, slings it across, and there was a timeout called.
Wise timeout there for Festus, yep.
Branscombe was caught, and he was trapped down there on the baseline, and Festus wisely calls the timeout. Hey, let's talk about that Brian Waits guy one more time.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Hey, from what I understand, he's a financial advisor, right?
Yep, he is.
So what you can do, you can go in with the modest amount of money, and you can say, here, Brian, here's the modest amount of money, and he'll make you a bigger pile of money.
There you go. I think that's how that works.
I mean, that's as simple as that, right?
Yep.
You don't have to know about the stock market. You don't have to know about mutual funds. He knows all about that stuff.
Yep.
He'll take care of it for you.
Absolutely. Check Brian Waits out at Waits Financial Services, 314-374-6713. Shameless plug by Jeff Widener. We're having fun, aren't we?
Absolutely. Orlando with the inbound to Barker. He is fouled on the play. That foul was on Aaron Harrison, his second, but that'll send Barker to the line. As in the bonus now. Barker drains first, and that gives the Tigers their biggest lead of the game. Misses the second off the front of the rim. Rebound by Alfred, and here comes Sonny Hamill. Tigers with their biggest lead of the game, 9 points. 6 minutes remaining. And there's a nice little mid-range jumper there in the key by Pierce Hartman to get 2 back for the Owls.
You take a look at Festus. I mean, there's nothing super flashy, but they're solid. They know how to move the ball around. They know how to get it down low. They know how to spread it out. I mean,
And you've got guys like Branscombe and Barker who aren't afraid to go in the very tough physical places on the floor.
Right. In a pickle now.
Ando
there we go.
Kicks it back out to Branscombe. Branscombe finds a little opening, decides to dish it back out to Johnson. Johnson in trouble. He's being double teamed.
Lost the ball.
And here comes Alfred. Gets it over to Amable. Oh, and he missed it.
Jump ball, jump ball, jump ball.
Jump ball.
That goes to
just 2 guys giving everything for the ball there. No harm, no foul.
Right. You see Ed Marino along with I'm trying to remember Tom's last name.
Tom Arnold.
Tim's last name.
Tim Arnold.
No, it's not Tim Arnold.
Johnson back over to Branscombe. Branscombe, they're trying to work those traps now, trying to get that ball. Here comes Muhammad up the middle with the floater. No good. And it's off of Muhammad. Windsor will get the ball. Down 7 point, 4:49 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Alfred will inbound to Amable. Amable looks to get it inside and put it right in Colin Riendo's hands. Colin Riendo will slow things down a little bit. No reason to hurry now. Branscombe works it inside. He can't get it to go, but he gets his own rebound, puts it back up, high off the glass and in.
It's Tim Ludwig. That's who it is. I was remembering. I remembered.
Tigers
Athletic
back.
directors over at Windsor and Hillsborough. Ooh, nice move.
Oh, can't get the fall.
Yeah. He had a good move, good spin move there, and made sure he made contact with his defender.
A foul on Colin Riendo, his second.
My apologies, folks. This is all new, learning these athletic directors' names and remember my name some days. When you have days like we have last night, we set up about 3 o'clock for the Jefferson R7 game, and it was a great, well played game last night.
And it was into the wee hours of the morning before you and I ever found a pillow.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Windsor cuts the lead back. 51-44, a little over 4 minutes remaining. Riendo brings it up to Muhammad. Kicks it across to Johnson. Johnson back to Riendo. Riendo to Muhammad. To Branscombe. He finds a streaky Riendo for the easy layup. 53-44 in favor of the Tigers. Tanner Berry comes off the bench, tries the three, no good. Tigers get it back up the floor. Riendo will work it into Branscombe.
Ooh, almost threw that ball away.
Riendo with the sure hand. They get it in the corner. Oh, and that shot just won't go. That Jason Johnson shot did everything but go in the net.
Give that foul to Branscombe there, 24.
Kobe Branscombe picks up his third. Yeah. But at this point in the game, nobody is really in any kind of foul trouble.
Right.
3:27 remaining on the clock.
Don't forget to cast your vote for player of the game. We're going to close up voting here in just about a minute or two.
And I will, you guys tell me who that is, and I will try to run over and grab them before they leave the floor. Have them come up and talk. Nice basket there by Aaron Harrison. 53-46. 3 minutes remaining. And here's Hartman with the foul. Windsor may feel like they're needing to start fouling at this point.
I gotta chime in from Eric Lawrence here. Branscombe or Johnson? Johnson for the big shots to get them back right in before the half, and Branscombe for all-around gameplay, effort, and leadership. We appreciate that, Coach Lawrence.
Very thoughtful response there from Coach Lawrence.
Might have to have Coach Lawrence out here for Coach Lawrence's keys to the victory.
Absolutely. Let us not forget there hit Eric, a former Festus Tiger himself. So.
Right, absolutely.
55-46 in favor of the Tigers. Foul on the floor prior to the shot by Hartman. I believe they're going to call that one on Johnson. No, correct. That is on Akil Muhammad, his third personal. That sends Hartman to the line. Owls down by 9. Hartman hits the first. Hartman, a junior. Second one off the front of the iron. Branscombe grabs the rebound. Over to Johnson. Kicks it into Barker. Barker works it to Johnson. Out on top to Branscombe. Over to Muhammad. To Riendo. That left Barker open underneath. Great ball. And he doesn't get the shot to go, but he does draw the foul. That foul's on Norm Alford.
Foul number 21. Alford.
8-point lead here for Festus. It's probably smart for them to just spread it out and work some of that clock off.
Alfred's third. Barker gets that big free throw to fall right there.
Number 15, Austin Anderson.
2:36 remaining in the fourth quarter. Barker can't get the second to go. Alford with the rebound. They're saying that Branscombe got a piece of it, and we'll go back the other.
You must have saw something we didn't.
Well, I certainly couldn't see as the opposite end of the floor that I'm on.
Right.
But the remains, it's a little over 2:30 left, and it's 56-47 in favor of Festus right now. Alfred at the top of the key. That ball bounces forward, backwards, off the rim, no go.
Oh, he literally threw that ball into the trash can.
And I will say this.
I've never seen that
tossed
before.
that away. I believe Grant Siegel got a piece of that, and I think that Windsor got away with that.
Yeah.
From my angle, I had a perfect view for
That
it.
was a pretty trashy call.
And
Wow. I'm here all
very
night.
nice.
I'm here all night.
Ray bringing it strong here. With the puns.
Like I said, I'm here all night. Breaking the press.
Oh,
that was
that's
a
the
good
way
job.
to do it right there.
That is the way to do it.
Dave Brown Barker with the basket. It's now an 11-point lead with under 2 minutes remaining. And Ray, at this point, you have to think about the seniors for Windsor.
Yep.
What's going through their mind?
Got him with the
There's a foul. Derek Williams with the drive. Derek Williams, a sophomore. Foul Barker, his fourth personal.
His fourth, team 8.
You've got guys like Connor Hartman,
Right.
Aaron Harrison, and Justin Van Etten sitting on the sidelines, taped up with ice on his ankle.
Yep.
Those seniors. The realization starts to sink in now, right?
Right. Sure does.
We always talk joy and the wonderful excitement of sports, and there's also the heartbreak.
Right. Exactly.
Tigers work it up to Muhammad. They try the double team on the trap. They break it. Johnson gets it over, and Johnson was fouled.
Foul number 4,
Here's Hartman.
You know, you take a look at Windsor. My gosh, valiant effort so far at this point. But I mean, you know, a couple of threes, and you're starting to think a little differently.
Absolutely. You know, earlier in the year, Festus and Hillsborough hooked up. It was a very tightly contested game. Hillsborough won. You talk about matchups. Hillsborough puts up 100 on Windsor.
Holy moly.
But look at the effort tonight
Right.
put forward in this district game.
Yeah.
Can't say enough about them and about Coach Dutton.
It's just and you see the interesting metamorphosis of some of these teams too, because you know I think a Herculaneum started out with a bunch of guys that were hurt, and they flourished as they went. And you know, you pick up one or two guys, and it makes a huge difference. But I mean, like you know, Windsor. We took a look at Windsor, trying to remember how they fared. My gosh, it's been so long. But how they fared with the you know the actual during the shootout. I'm pretty sure they had Crystal City that day, and they took care of Crystal City. But you know, but things looked a little different back then too. You know,
Absolutely. It's a long season. And, you know, if you were to ask me, from the teams that I've seen this year, the biggest, most improved teams throughout the year have been Herculaneum and Crystal City.
Right. Yep. It was a big pickup getting Josh Moreland, or not Josh Moreland, Jordan Duncan back.
Absolutely. He meant a lot to that team. And I will tell you this much. Jordan Duncan, when he came back, was still not 100%, but he was still able to provide a huge lift for Jason Jarvis and the Black Cats.
And leadership, too, you know.
And I can't wait to see what he'll do on the baseball field.
Right. Oh, yeah. Folks, we've got, I'm looking at about 15 to 20 baseball games that we're going to try to bring your way, starting here in a couple weeks. Festus takes over.
Festus breaks it. Branscombe up the floor. He's going to be fouled by Tanner Berry.
Foul number 32.
Windsor is not going to go down
They're
without
not.
a fight.
They're not.
That's Barry's first. They'll put Kobe Branscombe on the line.
And we have our player of the game. Well, we'll see here. We've got Branscombe on the stripe right now, but it looks like it's going to be Jason Johnson.
Jason Johnson, that was a pivotal point in the game when he came off the bench. He first drained a three-pointer, came right back down the floor for a three. He was fouled on the play, but he made the shot, and he was able to convert it into a 4-point play. Right. And that put Festus right back in the game, that 7-point swing, and you could feel the momentum shift. You could feel it on the floor right here. Mohammed trying to play keep away now. Gets it across to Branscombe. 40 seconds left in the game. I doubt that Windsor will contest at this point. So Jason Johnson is going to be our player of the game. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's who I have at this point. We've had enough folks posting. It was close, but Jason Johnson is going to be our player of the game.
Foul on number 3 for Windsor. The man with no name, and we apologize to his family for that.
Yeah, Max Power. That's who we go with.
There you go. It's like the Acadia Valley Tigers in the tournament we just had. They had a great name on their team, and their boy's name. His name was Luke Savage.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Sounds like a comic book hero.
Right.
Moriendo misses those. We've got something on the floor right now we had to pick up. Taken care of. Derek Williams checking in, and now got a lot of fresh faces on the floor for both teams. Tanner Berry back to Pierce Hartman. Pierce Hartman swings it over. Tanner Berry. Tanner Berry from the court. No good. Big pile up for a rebound. Oh, and Zach Lyles was able to scoop that ball up, and he went down hard.
Well, yeah, he sure did. Yeah, he's taking a look at that knee.
Maybe a
hobbling a little bit, yeah. Yeah, he just checked in.
You know, it's a little warm in here tonight, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it was a little more than just a little warm.
Okay.
This gym is just a warm gym. It really is.
Well, we certainly had a warm reception here from the Hillsboro faithful.
Absolutely.
And we want to thank Eddie Marino.
Yep.
And that's the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. This Tigers beat the Windsor Owls 52-50 to move on to the semifinal game.
And that is going to be against the Hillsboro Hawks.
All right, Ray, I'm going to try to track down Jason Johnson.
Jason Johnson will be up here with us in just a minute.
See him as he goes by. Jason Johnson, you are a lifelong player of the game. Go upstairs, right up to the table up there. You got to go down there.
All right, as we wait for Jason Johnson to meet up with us here, we appreciate everybody watching, number 1. Number 2, like and share today. And number 3, continue to follow us. We appreciate that big time as we await our interview with Jason Johnson from
He is on his way. There he comes now.
Awesome. Awesome sauce. Good deal. And
I let him know, and his teammates gave him a big roar and a big cheer.
Awesome. There he is. Come on over here. We're going to get rid of some graphics here real quick. Come on, jump on that microphone. And gentleman downstairs, he's listening too. So if you've got any questions for Jason Johnson down there, Jeff Whitener, go right ahead.
I do.
Go ahead.
Jason Johnson, you come in the game. You calmly drain a three-point shot.
Yep.
Then, not even a minute and a half later, You get the ball in your hands again, outside the arc, you take the shot, and you're fouled on the play. The three-pointer goes, and then you have to step at the line. What was going through your mind at that moment, that chance to convert that 4-point play? That was a huge momentum shift for the team.
All I was thinking was we need to make a comeback, and it'd be nice to make that run starting with a 3 and keep it going from there.
Well, you coming into the game at that point provided a 7 for the Tigers and did in fact get them right back in the game. And that was a huge momentum shift for them.
Yeah, so I guess my question is, being a sophomore here, this is you guys have built a pretty solid season so far. What have been the keys all season long to get where you're at?
We just had to keep working with confidence, coming in every day and working hard.
So you take on Hillsboro. They're going to be a tough act to follow.
Always.
Yeah, and what do you see out of Hillsboro that can be a key to victory for you guys?
I think we need to slow the game down and try to work and get the best shots.
Awesome. So sophomores, I know college is probably a little far away, but what are you thinking about doing once you get out of high school?
I plan on going to college, but I'm not 100% sure yet.
Okay, all right. And so one of the things I was seeing with Festus Tigers, one of the things that we kind of made a comment up here was not a lot, nothing flashy, but solid. You guys move the ball around. You guys know when to get inside. You guys know when to push it back out when things aren't working, and when key threes can be a huge help. So just wanted to some things that that coach puts you guys through on a daily basis that keeps you guys solid.
He works their butt off.
That's great.
As fast as can.
Yep.
Hey,
And
if
go ahead.
you would talk a little bit about the role of Kobe Branscombe on the team and what he did tonight. What Kobe did may not show up a lot on the scoreboard, but from what I saw, he was always
He's the leader.
to go on the very difficult places on the floor, to go in there the ball and be very, very strong with the ball. What did you see, and what did that provide for your team?
It helps out a lot. We couldn't do this without him. He does everything for us.
Yep. Well, Jason Johnson, we appreciate having you, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, Jason Johnson, our player of the game, as the Festus Tigers move on with a 62-50 score over the Windsor Owls, and they will be taking on Hillsboro here on Tuesday evening. Jeff and I will you be with us, Jeff?
Tuesday evening? Yes, I will be with you.
Jeff will be with us, and we are going to sign off here, and we appreciate everybody watching. Again, like and share, and don't forget, from here on out, once the district play is completely over, we're going strictly off sponsorship. It costs us to do these games, so we appreciate it if you could pass this along to any sponsors. Anybody that is interested in sponsoring the upcoming sectional games. Hillsboro could be in this. Festus could be in this. Jefferson R7 already is in this. So, sponsor with us. And for Ray Halbrook and Jeff Whitener, we're going to sign off here. Have a great night.
Take care, God bless, and drive safely.
Thank you.